Alrighty. Microphone check. Pa, pa. Microphone check. Alrighty. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully things can be heard. No, I'm early, so if there's one person in here that's in here, let me know. Let me know if you can hear me, if the microphone sounds clear, if it sounds good. I'm in here early just to see how. And also, I guess FYI, you would have to be, I guess, subscribed in order to comment. So just make sure you subscribe. Because I wanted to be with people who are within the group. Right. So this is left. Okay. All right. Boom, ba boom, ba boom, boom, ba boom, ba boom. Let's see. Is there anything that I need to? Let me just finish tidying this up real quick. Oh, reframing failure. Okay. Da-da-da. Shit, I kind of want to get some music playing, but got to be careful on YouTube because YouTube be on a swindle sometimes. They be on the swindle sometimes, the swindle sometimes. Okay, cool. Words. Okay. Don't want to cause a loop. All right, microphone sounds good. Just had to double check to make sure I could be heard and I'm not loud and absurd. Boom, boom, bomba clot. Bomba clot. Hope we're having a beautiful, what is it, Wednesday? Today's Wednesday, hump day. Mike. You remember that commercial? Mike. What day is it? It's hump day. Hump day. Hey, sweet one loves. Hello, how are you? Can you hear me clearly? I know I started streaming early, but I just want to make sure that everyone can okay, cool, beautiful. All right. Glad you can hear me clearly. Hope the day is going well for you so far. We're gonna get started in roughly 7 minutes, 5 minutes, 5 minutes, 7 minutes, all same thing. Good, happy to hear it. Glad the day is going marvelous for you. It's the middle of the week. Hey, I'm glad you're here. I'm extremely grateful that you're here. Happy you're here. Thank you for showing up. Thank you for participating in anything that's going to better yourself. I appreciate that because you're doing yourself a favor. You're doing yourself a favor. But what's going on? How was Monday? How was Monday and Tuesday? Are you currently doing the 21-day fasting challenge, or are you just, on your health journey and doing everything possible at this moment? No, just a regular. Okay, cool. I mean, this will definitely help you as well. So it's all big. It's not exclusive. It's not exclusive. Everyone deserves a chance to learn something new, right? Or just to soak in some new information. And so reduce 25 pounds. Talk about it. Talk about it. How did you go about reducing 25 pounds? Was there any particular method? Any juice fasting, water fasting, rolling 72? Like what were you into? Because there's so many methods. So many methods. I know I know people, I mean, they have their own like particular diets, but let's see, juice, water, exercise, dancing, not eating processed foods, and a big lifestyle change. Yes, you sound like someone who's ready to win. You sound like someone who's ready to win. I like it. Juice, water, exercise, dancing, not eating. If people just like adopted that lifestyle, we'd be good, like forever. And somehow, I guess we could create a little excitement with different recipes or so. But juice, water, exercise, and dancing. Hey, that's definitely the process to get it done. Hey, hey, we're definitely going to be talking about a lot of things that deal with self-sabotage and mindsets when it goes into going into your health journey. So definitely look forward to conversing and talking more about that. We definitely cannot allow people to sabotage our greatness. Just let us be great. Just let us be great. You keep your sabotaging methods away. Alrighty. Sabotage plus jealousy equals haters. Hey, that's for sure, man. And like that's one thing that you'll realize like while you're on your health journey is that there's so many obstacles and so many things and people who will come in your life and out of your life. It's literally like a cycle. Like once you're on your health journey and you're like, I feel like the universe just automatically makes it happen for us. It just I feel like it's just something it's setting in place. Like we're setting ourselves in alignment to the things that we're actually supposed to do. We're encountering like-minded individuals. We're changing our lifestyle. There's just so many things that you'll experience overall when you're on your health journey. And hmm, say I must be doing something good. You definitely must be doing something good. Hey, and if and one of the coolest things is when it's cooler or just on the same level is when people that you don't even know they see you or they interact with you in some form or fashion, and you have vibe a certain energy, a certain frequency. You have that aura, that allure, And when people recognize it without you even like putting it in their face, it's like such a beautiful thing, you know. So definitely keep on that right path. Trying to get access to the live, but the link was removed from the event tab. Okay, let me see if I can help someone out with that. Trying to gain access to the live. Okay, let's see. It should be in the events tab. Hope everyone's pouring in like rain and water. I'll give it like roughly 2 or 3 minutes before I begin discussing everything. But yeah, for anyone who just joined in, make sure you subscribe so you can comment and we can have a little interaction or so. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. That's the only way you're able to comment. If there's no pressure to do so, but yeah, just make sure. The link was removed. It's in there. Hello. Hello. How are you? How are you? How are you doing today? How goes the day? Hey, shout out North Carolina. North Carolina. Yeah, I just started. I started early because I just want to make sure everything sounded good since it's like my first time streaming in this particular medium. But yeah, I just started. I'll give it probably like roughly 2 or 3 minutes before I begin. Allow some people to get in. That's probably having a little difficulty getting in or whatnot. But we'll begin shortly. But shout out to everyone. We out from. What part of the world y'all in right now? I'm in Texas, good old Texas, DFW area. We say we got North Carolina. North Carolina, man. I want to explore that state a bit more. I know the forests and trees out there are beautiful. Like I wanna go to a national park. I absolutely love national parks or just being in nature in general. Hey, thank you. I'm gonna try my best not to pronounce your names because I don't want to get anyone's name wrong. But or if I do get it wrong, just correct me. But yeah, thank you all for tuning in. Hello from Seattle. Hey, shout out to you. I went out to Seattle maybe like a year ago. Was it a year ago? Probably about maybe a year and a half. I went to Mount Rainier. Oh, Mount Rainier is such a beautiful place. It's cold. The weather out there is crazy. It's like Zelda. It's like you see a mountain way out there and snow, but then you walk up there, it's hot, but then you travel more in, the weather just changes. It's wild. Yeah. North Carolina, born and raised in Houston, Texas. H Town. That's what Beyonce is, right? Beautiful state. Yeah. Any state that typically has like mountains and vegetation and just forests, man, I would love to explore. That's why like I want to go to like Wyoming and just those areas that's dense with nature or just trees. In Texas, it's a lot of just flatlands and you just get desert. There's some areas that's populated with trees, obviously, but for the most part, it's going to be just hot. It's not going to be a lot of trees that you get like in, South Carolina and North Carolina. And we got Florida in the house. Shout out Florida. Florida's another beautiful place. Shout town. Hey man, it's good to be in the burbs. Sometimes you just got to explore the mountains every now and then. All righty. But okay, I think we'll wait one more minute One more minute to get any stragglers, and then we shall begin. We shall begun. But yeah, there's so many places that I do want to visit and travel to. I haven't. It's been a while since I've been like hiking. I haven't hiked in a while, but hiking is definitely something that's very beneficial. All righty, hold on. We got a few more seconds, and then we will begin. Once I see this clock hit 7:05, I am jumping and diving. You know. All righty, it is 7:05 Central Time where I'm at in DFW. And so first, I just want to say from Haiti, currently in Nashville. Shout out Haiti, shout out Nashville. Is this a new channel? Yeah, this is my personal channel that I'm growing. Well, I just want, because I have different types of focus aside from like fasting and stuff like that. I love reading. I love, books in general and just knowledge. So yeah, I'm focusing on the channel that's dedicated to that. Naya, hope I'm pronouncing that name correctly. But all righty. Shout out ATL. All righty. First, I just want to say thank you, everyone, for taking time to be with me today. I'm extremely grateful for every single last one of you. You could be what Jay-Z say, you could be anywhere in the world, but you're here with me. And I'm extremely grateful for that. Like I don't take your time for granted. And I don't take your effort for granted. So I do want to start off by saying thank you. And I'm extremely grateful for every single one of you all. And for those who aren't familiar with who I am Animated Mel. I've been a part of AHA behind the scenes in a sense, I guess since it's uprising, but I've been more hands-on in the more I guess the latter years, maybe like a year and a half to 2 years as far as being involved with Healthy Alternative. And you all know the history, with Chris and how he started and everything. So we don't need to dive into that. But who I am someone who enjoys health and doing things that are rooted in living your best life and becoming the best version of yourself. And I've noticed that just throughout my life, I've had interactions with people or just things that just happened that steered me toward the path of health, because like my normal conversations that I have with people, they end up going in the direction of, talking about, hey, what are you eating today? Hey, you shouldn't eat that. Or it's just I'm all over when it comes to health and always trying to better people. So I said, you know what? I think it would be better utilized if I focused on coaching and also creating content that's beneficial for people's overall well-being. And so I definitely have a passion for health. I'm into fitness. I like to work out. I go to the gym every day. No, I would say 4 times a week, but I do work out at home, rest on Mondays. But yeah, I'm really into fitness and working out and things of that nature. And so these are just things that I'm passionate about. And what you all can expect today is I just want to be able to talk to you all about stress. And I'm not going to talk your ear off. This isn't going to be anything that's super crazy long. My goal was to maybe have your time for 30 minutes, 45 minutes or so. I'll try my best to keep it within that time frame, 45 minutes or so. And yeah, and we'll definitely talk about stress, because when we're on our health journey, we think about, man, I want to lose weight. I want to get rid of this, this illness that I'm feeling. We all have these things that we want to get rid of and to better ourselves. But there's a lot of factors that play into that, because losing weight, in the process of losing weight within itself, it's stressful. It's stressful because you're changing your normal routine, your daily routine, and be like, you know what? I'm just gonna just it's it's literally like you coming home one day and your house is just rearranged and you're just trying to go about it normally. You'd be like, things are out of place right now, and I don't know what's going on. You will be stressed out because you're doing something new. And so obviously we have really good people who have researched and dedicated a lot of time with everything that goes into these fasts, that goes into any of the challenges that we do. We're very hands-on and very careful about the things that we do and we say, but stress is a big factor in that. And if stress isn't acknowledged or maintained in a way that is productive, then you can fall off course or you can get off course. I'm pretty sure that some of you have done a challenge before, or some of you have participated in some kind of health journey, but you feel like you fell short, and that probably caused you some kind of stress, which isn't necessarily a good feeling. And so my goal here is to be, I guess I want to say, a beacon that you can reach out to. Like, we have our community where, we're typically we're like extended family in a sense because we all have the same goals in mind. And so I want to be able to tackle stress because stress happens. It's a really big factor that happens day to day. And when we're losing weight and we're not able to find out why, it'll just be an endless cycle of stress. So that's one of the main reasons why I wanted to talk about stress. And for everyone who posted on the comment and gave your feedback on the comment that I made within the group, I appreciate it, because that's primarily what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the things that happens in your day-to-day lives. There's so many things that happen in your day-to-day lives that cause stress. And relationships, have financial issues, and then you have extracurricular activities, trying to make time for yourself, and trying to make time for your family and the people that, your peer circle. And you want to do your best to, to live your best life, but not feel so stressed out. And so there's many different topics that we're going to cover. And today I want to talk about one of the first topics that was brought up on the comment, and it's about a high achiever, someone who is high achieving, and the things that you can expect, when you're being a high achiever. Because being a high achiever is it that's I mean, that in itself comes along with being stressed out. And so I'm going to read this question, which is posted by, I'm not going to, it's posted within the group, but I'll read the question so we can so we can dive into this and break it down as we go along. And so, okay, the question goes: I am a high achiever. I expect the best from myself. I don't accept failure or what I perceive as failure. So, there is a certain level of stress I typically feel that is actually my normal. It's not so much a good thing or bad thing to me, it's just a certain level of pressure or adrenaline to be the best or be great or achieve. What's probably more stressful is the perception that I have given others of myself and the level of expectations they begin to have of me, or the level of strength they expect from me. So now, if I fail, I affect way more than me. And shout out to you for sharing that and letting that be known, because it's actually pretty brave of you to, even she said it herself, like, hey, I'm not even a sharer. I'm not even a sharer, so I'm surprised that she took the time to answer this. So shout out to you for taking the time to answer my question that I asked when it comes to the things that stresses you out on your day-to-day routine. But let's dive into this topic about being a high achiever. And so when you all think about a high achiever, what's the first thing that comes to your mind? Like, what do you think about? I know when I think of a high achiever, I think of someone who works hard, who puts a lot of time and dedication into whatever it is that they're doing. They have goals that they want to accomplish. And so if you're a high achiever, these are things that are just that's just going to be the commonality of your life. You have, yeah, just like Naya said, excellence. You're striving to be excellent. And but yeah, and ambitious. Yep. Because you think of a confident person, a perfectionist. Yes. Yeah. I mean, all these things, being on top of your game, all of these things are what you would normally get when you're talking about a high achiever. And there's good things about being a high achiever, and there's bad things about being a high achiever. And I mean, there's so it's like a double-edged sword. Like you expect the best, but then you're actually putting too much stress on yourself, because what we have to understand is that it is great to be a high achiever. There's nothing wrong. There's absolutely nothing wrong with being a high achiever or doing things that's going to make you be the best in what you want to do. Like, I would love to be the best. Like, I would love to know how it feels to be in the shoes of LeBron James or Michael Jordan or someone who excels at their particular craft and they do it really well. Like, that would be an amazing feat. That's an amazing thing. There's nothing wrong with that. But as I stated earlier, there are drawbacks to that. And it's important to maintain a certain level of balance to make sure that you're taking care of your well-being. And we have to understand that it is not healthy. It is not healthy to constantly push yourself to the point where you're either going to be exhausted, and in her case is to be stressed. And some things that pointed out to me, or that stood out to me in this comment, was that she was explaining how a certain level of stress is her normal. That's normal. So day-to-day lives is just an expectation of it to happen. It's to just be normal. Stress should not be just a normal part of your life. Constantly stressed, that will lead to old age soon. If you're on your health journey, you're going to get off track. And like, there's studies that have been shown that when you're stressed out, and let's say you're sick or you're unhealthy, it's just adding more poison or a different level of toxicity to your well-being. That's all it's doing. It's adding a different level of toxicity and a different level of strife on your health journey when you can just avoid it. And so let's break down this comment just a little bit more. What is the she also has expectations to be the best. Expectations to be the best. If you have expectations to be the best, that's a different level of pressure, because not only are you already putting more pressure on yourself to succeed, you're now having other people have an expectation of you to succeed. And that's just like, bro, that's too much for one person to handle. Like, we're only, like, yes, there's so many, we have a threshold of things that we can take, but having unnecessary pressure and putting so much pressure on yourself and then receiving that from other people, way too much. And then so when I look at this, I see that she is giving out too much energy, way too much energy in different directions. Energy is being exuded. You can only focus on one thing at a time. If you are giving out your energy and working hard, and then now people are giving their expectations, and so you don't want to let them down, because if you fail, maybe some things will fall back on you, and so now you have this different level of responsibility for different entities. And so that is wild. And that's part of life. Because where do you think this this came from? What do we think this came from? Where do you think this high expectation to be great, to be the best, to achieve and receive excellence and not expect failure or anything like that? Where do you think the root cause of that is from? When I look at this, it's from your childhood. Now, granted, there's things that we pick up along the way, and different people we learn from, but the origin of it starts from your childhood. You learn things from your childhood. You learn things from the people that you're around. And so in different cultures, there's certain levels of expectations that they put on their children. You have like, there's certain cultures that's synonymous with, hey, are you a doctor yet? There's some people, if they get like a minus or B minus, they will get yelled at and looked down upon by their family, and they will just be frowned upon because they're not striving for excellence. And as I stated before, there's nothing wrong with being excellent, or and being a high achiever, but there's levels and thresholds that we can only maintain. And so if you have the expectation from your parent or maybe a teacher or whoever's growing you, then you be like, you know what, you have a high respect for your family and you don't want to let your family down. You have a legacy to uphold. You are going to study, you are going to focus, and you're going to do whatever it takes to make sure that you succeed so you can fulfill whatever it is that your parent or this guardian is wanting for you, the expectations that they have for you. And so there's so many things that you have as a child. And why do we have these expectations of someone to high achieve and be excellent? Why do we have these expectations? It comes from a good place. Having expectations and high expectations for someone is coming from a great place, because no responsible parent would want their child to have less than what they have. And a lot of children grow up having more than what their parents have. And now the parent had a past that was less than what they're currently having, and they just want the best for their child. They just want the best for the child, and they want them to have a good job. They want them to have a family and do everything that is going to continue on their legacy so they can continue to be great. you know, and watching your parents struggle. And yeah, Cheyenne, you mentioned watching your parents struggle. Watching your parents struggle and watching people that you care for struggle, that is definitely motivation for you to be a high achiever so you can never go back to where you come from. This is one of the reasons why I love success stories. Like, I absolutely love like movies where they show someone who started from nothing and then they ended up becoming like this great person. Like, I love those type of stories because there's something that, like, I feel like everyone has this type of story. They just get led down the wrong path. But in this lady's particular situation, she has a lot of stress because of the expectations she's placing on herself. Now, what do we do? How do we fix this? How do we fix this? How do we allow ourselves to still be successful, but get rid of the stress and mitigate the stress? One way that we can help with stress is to ask for help. Ask for help. Ask people who are expecting things from you to achieve and all this stuff. Ask them for help. Don't allow their perspective to consistently be like, hey, she got it. She got it. We believe in her. No, ask for help. Ask them for help. Like, if you're at a job and like everyone has a particular job, everyone has a particular job to do. Everyone has a particular job to do in their life. And if if we're not fulfilling our roles, then what's the point of you being in a particular a position to help? Because if you're on a project, let's say you're a project manager and it's a group effort, but if this group effort is only relying on one person to get something done, that does not sound like a group effort. That sounds like there's a group together that's just relying on one person. You have to lift the burden off someone's shoulder. And okay, you say you have a difficult time asking for help. Difficult time asking for help. Okay, let's talk about that. Having a difficult time asking for help. Why is it that you have a difficult time asking for help? Is it going to make you seem like you're weak? Is it going to make you seem like you don't know? Or is it going to make you feel as if you're letting someone down? Why? Okay, you know what? I can totally relate to that. I can understand that. Asking someone for help, it can probably be you can probably feel like you're bothering someone if you're asking someone for help. Because I remember when I probably still do this to this day. Like even when I'm shopping, like at a grocery store or whatever, and I'm looking for something, I will absolutely refuse to ask a an employee at this particular store, yo, where is the like where is I can't like I've been walking up and down this aisle for like a good 15 minutes trying to find a mirror. I ain't find one mirror, you know. Um, but what does that do? It causes you stress. So what I've started doing is just asking. Asking. The reason why you ask is because you make things easier. You just simply made it easier. If you're not used to asking for help, fine. Do it in little small ways. Like take baby steps of asking for help. Like if asking for help is something that just makes you feel uncomfortable, take small steps. And you can even do it in a sly way, in a sense. That's not saying like, hey, I absolutely need your help to do this or this is going to fail. No, it's all about how you go about asking for help. You can get someone's opinion like, hey, I saw you thinking about this, or I'm not sure, whatever. I guess it just depends on what the scenario is, but you can frame it in a particular way that makes it seem like as if this person came up with the idea and this is just helping you along. But ultimately, if you're trying to get something done and asking for help is it's hindering you, then just take baby steps into asking for help. And there's different ways you can to go about it. Let me take a swig of water real quick. Is it okay if I take a swig of water? Okay. Also, we need to reframe failure. Another way to help out in this situation is to reframe the way that we look at failure. Look at failure in a completely different way than you're looking at it now, because our failures, it different and it vary from person to person. Like, let's say you're a student who's in school and you got a B. You like, yes, man, I've been getting a C and D in this. Woo! I finally got a B. Success. If you translate that exact same scenario to a different family or or a different person, you got a B. Oh, you passed the class. You definitely succeeded. You passed the class, but this is not the expectation you have, and so you're going to have this unnecessary pressure on you to get an A. Like I didn't even, you know how hard studying for different types of things are. So reframe what your failure looks like. So whatever it looks like to you, maybe what failure isn't succeeding at everything, trophies and accolades and achievements and awards. Those things are cool. Those things are cool to have. Diplomas and degrees, all those things are beautiful. But if it's making your life, this thing that we only know that we have one of so far, that we only like, if this existence isn't making you happy because of the lifestyle that you're currently living, or the things that you're currently doing in it, there has to be some change. Reframe the way that you're looking at it. And also, another solution and another way that we can go about doing this is we need to prioritize self-care. We need to prioritize self-care, because when I think about someone who's high achieving, working hard and things that nature and very confident, I think of someone who drinks maybe energy drinks, someone who drinks coffee, and someone who needs some type of energy because they're going to exhaust themselves. They're going to exhaust themselves. And obviously, if you're in this, you're in the healthy alternative, we don't suggest coffee or anything that's going to take away from your health journey. So you want to make sure that you're doing things that are in your best interest. So when's the last time you took yourself to a spa? When's the last time you got a massage? When's the last time you got your body taken care of? When's the last time you just relaxed and did nothing? When's the last time you just did nothing? Without worrying about checking a schedule or thinking about anyone else's well-being or thinking about a report that needs to get done. When is the last time you just be like, you know what? I am doing nothing today. Chill, watch a movie, watch something that you enjoy. Like me personally, I don't really like just watching TV, when I could be doing something that's productive. But if you've always been productive, high achieving, and succeeding and not wanting to let others down, you need to break. You need to relax. Take a sip of tea, drink some water, and relax. It's okay. It is completely okay. And one thing that I would suggest or recommend, same difference. I would recommend you to fail. Fail. Why? Because you love succeeding. You love, being the best version and, achieving. Fail. Purposely fail. Do it. As long as it's not like, making it's not going to like collapse the economy or something like that. In that case, hey, you better succeed. You better get out there. We need you, but like purposely fail because you've always just achieved and going for the, trying your best. But have you ever been in a position to just fail? It'll probably make you feel uncomfortable. Being uncomfortable, it creates room for growth. So when you fail, you learn from that. And the funny thing is like, I don't really even like saying the word fail. I don't even like saying the word fail because it's like, what did you actually fail at? Like if something didn't go your way, you didn't fail. You just learned from it. Like if you lose at something, I don't even consider it a loss. It's a win because you learn. It's all about how you shape the situations that you're in. If you shape the situations that's going to be beneficial for your growth, then it's fine. Okay. Like think about how athletes. Think about how athletes. You think every athlete wants to fail, or any person who's in any kind of competitive atmosphere, you think they want to fail? No, they want to succeed. You know? Exactly, sweet one. You never fail. You either win or you learn. That's the mindset that everyone should adapt. Because when you think of fail, it's like, man, it has a negative energy on it. It's immediately a negative thought. Like, oh man, I failed. I let someone down. I let someone down. Oh man, I'm this report's not going to get completed on time. You consistently reinstate or reinforce a negative thought, and that's negative thoughts is going to create negative energy. Negative energy is going to create negative outcomes. So reframe those failures in a way that you look at it and put yourself in a position to fail, but I think this spoke volumes. I'm extremely grateful that you reached out and said all that stuff, because this isn't something that I have, like, I'm a high achiever or anything like that, but I know a lot of people like who work like 60, 70 hours, and they stress themselves at work, even if they're working a salary. Like if they're working a salary job, you don't get paid extra money. Of course, you get the benefits that come with having a salary, but you don't get paid extra money for staying on the clock and, putting in this effort and all that. So you're just causing unnecessary stress. So, um, and also another thing, moving away from this particular high achievement. If there's any questions about this high achievement, feel free. I haven't been looking at the chat as active, but because I want to focus on this. But if y'all have any, like, I guess, question that relates to this particular topic on being a high achiever, feel free and we can address them as we go. Now, another thing that I did want to talk about before we wrap up. Like I said, I'm not going to take too much of your time. This is your time. This is your Wednesday. It's late in the evening. I ain't trying to take you to bed now. I'm just give y'all some nice little insight. Now, there's something that we do very often as it relates to, I guess, daily activities. And that is self-sabotaging behavior. And I do mention this in one of my courses, animated, animate your life. And it's one of the deadly sins, or not sins, one of the deadly, um, what do I call it? The Cheyenne, what do I call it? Habits, daily habits, 7 daily habits. One of the daily habits. We need to work on the way that we talk to ourselves. We need to focus on the way that we talk to ourselves. For everyone who's currently doing the 21-day challenge, for anyone who's done it for the first time, this is a challenge, and it's a challenge for a reason. Because if you've never done it, you probably have an expectation. Oh yeah, I got this. But once you're in it, it's just like, oh man, I don't know if I got this. You'll start having self-doubt. And you'll start telling yourself, like, man, why did I even do this? But it's a common thing. It's a common thing to talk yourself out of things, or to talk yourself into negative behaviors based on the mindset that you have. And yes, just like Deirdre says, deadly habits will lead you down a path that is toxic. So, Miss T, this is your first time. Hey, I'm grateful that this is your first time. It's going to be a beautiful experience. It's going to be a beautiful experience. It's going to be a mind growing, a mind altering experience, a life changing experience. It's a beautiful thing. So when you're doing this 21-day challenge, even with the prep, even when you're doing all of this, you have to make sure that when you speak to yourself, that you're speaking to yourself in a positive way, and that you're reinforcing positive words. I am super big on affirmations, speaking highly of yourself and putting yourself first. You know, that's one of the big things that I don't think that we even highlight a lot, is that we don't put ourselves first. So speak to yourself as if you appreciate yourself. Like, you're doing this health journey for a reason, because you want to become a better you. You're doing this because you want to live a long and a non-painful life. I'm sure you don't want to wake up just to be in pain, so why mentally talk to yourself? Don't talk crazy about yourself. Watch the way that you talk about yourself. And and it's not like, talk talk good about yourself and you'll be fine. No, it'll take some time, because we're in these habits. We have these habits of just constantly talking down. And I do it sometimes. I think we all do it in some capacity, where things don't go our way and we end up saying, like, oh man, I'm so stupid. Not even thinking that it's anything bad. We just subconsciously, man, I'm so stupid. Why did I do that? Or we'll do it unconsciously, not thinking about it, but it's consciously already programmed in our mind, because this is just the norm. That you know that's just the norm. So I think we should be more cognitive of everything that we say to ourselves, and also be cognitive of the things that we do for ourselves. If you want to manage your stress, you have to set your life up in a way that will be beneficial for that. If you know that you're on this health journey of this 21-day fast, you want the absolute best. And when I was doing the 21, when I was doing, I didn't do a 21. I think it was more like a 2 month. I did like a 2 month raw diet. When I did like a 2 month raw diet, oh man, I was going through it. I was going through it. And I understand that. I understand it's not the easiest thing to do, but I think about the things that I want to do for my life and how long I want to live and things that I want to experience. I make sure that I stay on task and get those things done. And this challenge that you're going to get into, I can't wait. Because right now, y'all still prepping. Y'all still prepping. Y'all still prepping. But wait till you get to the challenge. It's going to be a beautiful thing, man. Um, let's see. And yeah, we're talking about doing things that's going to alleviate that stress. Hey, hey, Saeda, I'm grateful that I can help in any type of form or fashion. And okay, so to wrap up the conversation, because like I said, I don't want to hold you all too long. Make sure that you are prioritizing yourself. It's okay to fail. It's okay to I'll say this in quotations. It's okay to fail because you're not really failing. You're just learning from an experience. So make sure that you take those solutions when it comes to asking for help. Asking someone for help. It may Asking someone for help, it may make them look at you different. So what? So what? So what? They look at you different. What's going to happen? What's going to happen if someone looks at you different for asking for help? Oh, you need help? Yes, I need help. We need help. We're humans. There's If there was only one human on this earth, bro, you would go crazy. Humans, they need these type of things. Practice asking for help. You know what? The perfect way that you could practice for asking for help, like the scenario I created earlier when you're going shopping. Ask, even if you already know where an item is in the store, ask someone who works there, hey, can you show me where this is? Hey, I need help doing this. Those are small steps to get you used to asking for help. Just small things, a small random person that you encounter in a store is not going to have any effect on your personal or your business life. So make sure you ask for help and get used to it. Make sure you prioritize that self-care. Relax, watch a movie. I'm not sure if anyone watches Succession on HBO Max, but watch Succession. It's a really good series, but there's a lot of series out there that you can just enjoy without thinking about work. Now, don't make that like a week routine unless you're on a vacation, but just relax. And also make sure that you reframe the way that you think about failure, okay? Reframe the way that you think about failure and accept that we're humans. We are not going to get everything right the first time. We are expected, everyone is expected to fail in something. And to have that expectation to always succeed, I understand that pressure. I feel you, man. I'm with you. But you do not need to be stressed every day. You should be feeling alleviated every day. You should be smiling every day, not thinking about, how other people perceive you and things like that. But yeah. Okay, so this is all we're going to talk about for today, as far as the high achieving. The next one we're gonna, I'll be going through each of the comments. So each comment that you all, you know, um, talked about, we're definitely going to dive in, and I'll make a post. So if y'all want to talk about anything else, you know, I'll allow that to be the direction that we go when it comes to the topics. If you want to private message me to talk about things that you would like to have discussed and you just don't want to post it, feel free to do that as well. And yeah, man, I enjoy this. If you all enjoy this, I appreciate it. I welcome honest feedback. I want y'all to keep it real. Keep it real. You know what I mean? You better keep it real. You better keep it real with a brother, because a brother wants y'all to keep it real, because I'm gonna keep it real with y'all. You feel me? So if there's anything that you would like to talk about or discuss, feel free to let me know. And if there's anything that you think I could do better at, hey, feel free to let me know, because I'm all about improving and getting better and things of that nature. So, but yeah, I'm not gonna hold you all too long. I do want to say, once again, I'm extremely grateful for every last one of y'all. Thank you all for tuning in and commenting and allowing me to have a piece of your time, because I do appreciate your time, and extremely grateful. I'm extremely happy that everyone is taking care of their health and doing everything that's going to get them on the right path to take care of themselves. So, with that being said, I will see you all next time. I'll likely make this a weekly thing. If everyone's rocking with it, I'll likely make it a weekly thing, but we'll see as we go. But I thank you all for your time. You all take care. Have a beautiful day. It's hump day. So enjoy your hump day, and I will see you all next time. Peace and love.